everyone, my name is Kendra and today's yoga video is for the lower body. We'll stretch the calves, hamstrings, and hips to help ease your tight and sore muscles. So whenever you're ready, let's get started. Start on your hands and knees in the tabletop position. Grounding the palms underneath the shoulders, knees stacked underneath the hips. Gaze looking down towards the mat. Allow the back of the neck to be nice and long. Grounding deeply into all 10 fingers, pressing the palms into the mat. Draw the navel slightly in. Allow the hips to be level. Taking a couple deep, full breaths. Bring your attention onto your mat. Bring your attention to your body. Taking this time for you. Inhale, extend the right leg out behind you. Pressing back through the right heel, all 5 toes pointing down towards the mat. Keeping the hips level. Take the gaze and look it over the left shoulder. Cross the right leg over the left, grounding the right toes towards the left side of your mat. Keep pressing back through the right heel. Lengthening the right side body, and we're shortening the left side body. You could stay right here or begin to walk the hands towards the left side of the body and slightly towards the top of your mat. Keep pressing into the palms. 3 breaths here. Next time you exhale, walk the hands back towards the center of your mat. Uncross the right leg from the left, grounding the right knee onto the mat. Inhale, extend the left leg out behind you. Pressing back through the left heel, all 5 toes pointing down towards the mat. Look over the right shoulder. Slowly cross the left leg over the right, grounding the left toes towards the right side of your mat. Keep pressing back through the left heel. Now we're lengthening the left side body, shortening the right. You can walk the hands towards the right side of your mat and slightly towards the top of the mat. Focus on taking 3 deep, full breaths. Exhale, walk the hands towards the middle of the mat. Uncross the left leg from the right, grounding the left knee. Tuck your toes. Keep grounding into the palms. Inhale, lift the knees off of the mat. Exhale, pike your hips, finding your first downward dog of the practice. Feet are comfortably hip-width apart, inviting the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Keep a slight bend in the knees if the calves or the hamstrings feel tight. Inviting the chest towards the top of the thighs. Shoulder blades broaden. Soften the back of the neck. So it's important in our downward dog to keep the spine in a nice long position versus worrying about having the heels grounded on the mat. If the heels are grounded on the mat but you're rounding through the spine, keep the heels lifted a little bit away from the floor, bend into the knees, and then elongate the spine. Grounding into the left foot. Inhale, extend the right leg out behind you. Right leg is airborne. All 5 toes of the right foot pointing down towards the mat. Keep the shoulders square, grounding into the palms. Now take the right foot and hook the right big toe and second toe onto the left Achilles. And then use the right foot to help take the left heel down towards the floor. Inhale, extend the right leg back up towards the ceiling. Stack the hips, right hip stacked on top of the left. Bend the right knee. Keep the shoulders square so you're not dropping into the left shoulder. Right knee is pointing up towards the ceiling as best you can. Keep breathing. Exhale, slowly and carefully release the right foot back down onto the mat. Good. Walk the dog, releasing one heel and lifting the other, going back and forth. Grounding into the right foot, inhale, extend the left leg all the way out behind you. Keeping the hips level, shoulders square, pointing the left toes down towards the mat. Maybe you have a slight bend in the right knee. Go ahead and hook the left big toe and second toe onto the right Achilles. And then help use the left foot to release the right heel down towards the mat. Maintaining a nice long spine. Inhale, extend the left leg back out behind you. Stack the left hip on top of the right. Bend the left knee. Keep the shoulders square. Left knee moving up towards the ceiling. Exhale, slowly release the left foot back down onto the mat. Inhale, look in between the hands. Step the right foot forward. Release the left knee onto the mat. Right knee stacked on top of the right ankle, grounding into the right foot. Place the hands on top of the right thigh. Inhale, lengthen the spine, crown of the head, moving up towards the ceiling. Use the hands to press into the thigh to elongate the spine. Now notice your pelvis. We want to imagine that you're drawing the tailbone down. Good. Inhale, extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. Take the right arm to meet the left. You could take the gaze to look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, ground the hands onto the mat. Untuck the toes of the left foot. Heel toe the right foot all the way towards the left side of your mat. Release the right knee onto the floor. Extending the left leg out behind you. Make sure that the left foot and leg are in one line. The right foot can either stay moving towards the left side of your mat if you have the flexibility in the hips. Otherwise, take the right heel closer towards the front of the pelvis. That will help if you're not feeling as open today. Draw the right hip back, left hip slightly draws forward. Ground into the hands. Inhale, elongate the spine, crown of the head lengthening up towards the ceiling. Soften the top of the shoulders. Take a couple breaths here. Place the right hand in the middle of the mat. Ground the palm or the fingertips onto the floor. Bend the left knee. Flex the left foot. You can stay right here, or if it's available, take the left hand onto the left ankle. Using the left hand to help draw the left heel towards the glute. Keeping the hips level. If you can't grab the hand onto the ankle, that's totally fine. Maybe you stay right here with reaching back. One day you'll be able to grab the ankle. Take a couple breaths here. Exhale, release the left leg, release the left hand. Ground the palms. Tuck the left toes. Keep grounding into the hands. Lift the left knee off of the mat. Inhale, take the right leg out behind you, coming back into your downward dog. Inhale, look in between the hands. Step the left foot forward. Release the right knee onto the mat. Take the left knee, stack it on top of the left ankle, grounding deeply into the left big toe, baby toe, heel. Place the hands on top of the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen the torso all the way up. Grounding into the left foot. And imagine that you're drawing the tailbone slightly down. Inhale, reach the right arm up overhead. Take the left arm to meet the right. Taking the gaze to look up towards the ceiling. Challenging your balance. Keep breathing. Exhale, ground the hands onto the mat. Untuck the toes of the right foot. Heel toe the left foot all the way towards the right side of your mat. Release the left knee onto the floor. Elongate the right leg out behind you. Look back. Make sure that the right foot is in line with the right leg. Start to find your position on this side. Maybe you adjust the left foot. The left heel could come closer towards the front of the pelvis if you feel like you need to ease out of the stretch. Slightly drawing the left hip back while you're slightly drawing the right hip forward. Squaring the hips. Grounding into the hands, lengthen the spine. You could always put a block or a pillow or blanket underneath the left glute if you feel like you need some extra support. Couple breaths here. Take the left hand to the middle of your mat. Ground the palm or the fingertips onto the floor. Bend the right knee, flex the right foot. Again, maybe you stay right here and that is as far as you go today. Or you can take the right hand onto the right ankle, drawing the right heel towards the right glute. Keep the hips square. Only going as far as your body allows you today. Notice your breath. Are you breathing deep and full? If you're not, come out a little bit. Take one more breath. Exhale, release the right leg. Ground the right hand onto the mat. Good. Carefully sit down onto the left glute. Swing the right leg all the way around. Cross the right leg over the left, grounding the right foot onto the mat. Left heel is moving towards the right glute. Wrap the left arm around the right knee. Take the right hand out behind you, grounding the right fingertips or palm onto the floor. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, softly twisting towards the right. Keeping both sit bones grounded on the mat. If you're finding that the right one is lifted really far away from the floor and you can't keep it grounded, feel free to extend the left leg out in front of you. Exhale, unwind back through center. Uncross the right leg from the left. And go ahead and cross the legs. Right leg is in front of the left. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinging from the hips, take the torso, fold it over the legs. Ground the palms onto the floor. You can either stay right here or release the forearms onto the mat. Find what feels best for you. Wherever you are, focus on keeping a long spine. So focus on inviting the belly button down towards the mat and the top of the chest. Couple breaths. Ground into the hands. Inhale, carry yourself back up through center. Straighten the legs. Cross the left leg over the right. Ground the left foot onto the mat. Either stay right here with the right leg extended out in front of you, or bend the right knee. Right heel is moving towards the left glute. Wrap the right arm around the left knee. Take the left hand out behind you. Press into the left hand. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, softly twisting towards the left. Exhale, slowly come back through center, unwind. Uncross the left leg from the right, and then go ahead and sit cross-legged. Left leg is in front of the right. Opposite side, inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward, take the torso over the legs, ground the palms onto the mat, or release down onto the forearms. Ground into the hands. Inhale, carry yourself back through center. Straighten the legs back out in front of you. Come closer towards the top of your mat. Bend the knees, ground the feet. Slowly release the back body all the way down onto the floor. When you get there, hug the knees in towards the chest. Inhale, extend both legs all the way up towards the ceiling. Flex the feet, all 10 toes pointing back towards your nose. Place the hands either behind the calves, knees, or thighs, whatever feels best for you. Keeping the legs as straight as you can have them without hyperextending the knees. Pressing through the heels. Inhale. Exhale, use the hands, help draw the legs towards the torso, pausing when you start to feel a stretch in the calves and in the hamstrings. If it's available, you could always grab your toes. It's way too much for me. Two more breaths. Exhale, take the legs, stack them back on top of the hips. Keep pressing through the heels, feet are flexed. Bend the knees. Take the hands on the outsides of the feet. So the left hand goes on the outside of the left foot, right hand goes on the outside of the right foot. Soles of the feet are facing the ceiling. Exhale, draw the knees down towards the mat. If you can't grab the outsides of the feet, grab the back of the calves or the back of the knees. Notice the sacrum. Allow it to softly draw down towards the mat. Sometimes when we're tight, it will lift super far away from the floor. Be mindful of that. Soften the lower body down. Exhale, slowly release the grip. You can take the feet, ground them onto the mat, release the arms down towards your torso. Turn the palms to face the ceiling. Knees are bent, feet grounded. Close your eyes. Let go of any control of the breath that you may have. Allow the body to rest. You can stay right here or release the legs all the way down onto the floor for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Allowing the eyes to open. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Bend the knees, ground the feet onto the mat. And when the time feels right for you, you can move on to your day or evening. Thanks for joining me.